Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, White Woman Says, I Don't Listen to Black People. Let's get right into it.
I'm sorry, I don't listen to black people. We don't allow, one moment. Please come this way. Okay. We don't talk to people that way. Everyone, we don't accept that kind of talk here.
Oh, well, I need to be seen by my doctor.
Who's your doctor?
Bridget.
So as you have all just seen, yes, the lady was saying, I do not listen. I don't listen to black people. I do have a little bit more detail, so let's get into it. It says a viral TikTok video shows a white patient refusing to speak to a black receptionist at a doctor's office in Indiana simply because of her race. So she saw that the receptionist was FBA. So she was like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. I need to go and see my doctor. I want to bypass you, Miss Receptionist, and let's just get it going. But obviously you cannot do that, okay? In the video, the patient, the lady who is being dubbed as a Karen, shared her anti-black views with a white staff member as she ignored the FBA receptionist in front of her in a waiting area in the clinic. I'm sorry, I don't speak to black people, is what she said. And there was a white lady who was recording this, and she's like, what? Like, how is this okay? Why do you think that it's okay for you to go ahead and say this to this lady? An employee removed the patient from the situation and condemned her rhetoric, saying, we don't accept that kind of talk here. And then the woman responded, oh, well, I need to be seen by my doctor. All right. The bystander who recorded the video explained that she begun to film the situation after the patient called the receptionist the N-word. So there.
Wow. I didn't even know that. So, all right. So look. You know, racism to me is simple. It's just ignorance. It's just stupidity. You know, we're all humans. If you have a racial bias where you prefer one race over another, we call that racist, right? And most people have a racial bias, especially when it comes to their dating preferences. People prefer people of their same race. Okay, but we've learned in America that this whole racial divide is retarded, stupid, is actually costly to have two bathrooms, one for whites, one for blacks. It's not economic at all. It's not capitalistic. It's stupid. It's stupidity, you know, and I tell people this all the time, and even though I am not sexist or racist, sexism makes more sense than racism, which, by the way, pretty much says race shouldn't matter first. Gender matters first, because if we have to distinguish ourselves as people, there are really two races, the female race and the male race, all right? And we accept that there's a male bathroom and a female bathroom, and a female locker room and a male locker room, and male sports and female sports. We accept that division. We don't accept the division of black sports and white sports. So I understand that. But I do want to say that I don't get personally offended by people like this, because people are allowed to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? You have free liberty. If you want to be dumb, you choose to be dumb, be dumb. Doesn't bother me.
Have it. Now, one thing that I am very curious about is this. Can this particular clinic cancel her, drop her as a patient, and send her referrals to another established, clinic or office so that she could get her services met, but just not here? That's what I wonder if it's at all possible, just because, one, not only are you discriminating, but I mean, you said an anti-black slur and you thought it was perfectly fine. And then you went off to say, oh, sorry, but I just don't talk to your kind. So I'm just wondering, could she just kind of like be blacklisted from that particular?
Yeah, they could ban her. They could decide that they don't want her on the premises anymore, and if she comes back, she'd be trespassed. So they could decide to trespass her and legally have her removed from the establishment for the success of her own business. Because chances are, when this hits the news, even the local news in Indiana, it's not going to be good for them, and they might have a bunch of bad Yelp reviews, right, and Google reviews, and they don't want that. So they're going to say, we're going to get rid of this person to show that we don't accept this type of talk, right? But personally, look, even though I disagree with racists and I understand that they're just ignorant people, they need healthcare too, right? I think you should be allowed to be racist. I just don't think, when the racial stuff that I don't like in this country, that exists in this country, is violence against black people with impunity. That's what I don't like. Okay, if there's something that the Black Panthers stood for, there's something that these different black movements stood for prior to or during the Civil Rights Movement, prior to the modern day era, it was that you cannot just injure or harm a black person without impunity. Like Emmett Till, and the list goes on of a bunch of black people who were carelessly, recklessly assaulted, murked, violated with no legal ramifications. That I'm against. But should you be allowed to be racist? Sure, you should. I want people to do this type of behavior in public so they can get banned from the different establishments, right? But should someone take her and treat her? Yes, I think she's a person. She should be able to go to grocery stores. She should be able to go to events. She should have a driver license. I don't think we need to punish racists in such a way where we make it hard for them in society. I think they're going to make it hard for themselves. And we should treat them no different than anyone that has inappropriate behavior in any of these public places, right? You get removed, you get trespassed, and you can no longer come back. That's the right way to deal with it. But to just punish you just because you're racist, no. In fact, a lot of people who are I don't want to say smart racists, but they're more clever racists. They're racist. They're more racist covertly, right? They're on the low. This overt racism is the lowest form of intellect, because even a smart person would know better than that. This is why the Klan hid under caves and stuff, because there's a level of shame of it. They know they're acting demonic, right? Regardless of if you could say, oh, it's black people, Indian, whatever race you're going into, you're just demonic and trying to kill people carelessly because of some emotional belief of yours, right? So I don't mind being around quote unquote racist people, but I don't want to be around anybody, whether of any race or any kind of ideology that could harm me without impunity. I want you to have the same consequences as everyone else. Unfortunately for me, I'm an armed citizen. So if any racist group of people or mob try to come and attack me at my home, you're going to be met with equal lethal force. You understand? This is why I believe in the Second Amendment, okay? Because I don't want people, you can have any kind of racial view you want. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know that you can stay your behind over there, and I'm going to stay my behind over here, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, right? I can live next to you. I don't really care about what people think. I care about how people behave. How you think, that's your personal issue. That's your choice. How you behave is not completely your choice. There's certain things you're allowed to do, and there's certain things you're not allowed to do, okay? And so harming black people, harming black children, it's not okay, not just because they're black, because they're people, okay? Now, we got to distinguish the difference. Evil knows no race, okay? And this is Indiana. This happened in Indiana. You know, the Klan, that's the home of the Klan, Indiana, right? And where they legally, and like I said, with impunity, were able to demonstrate their racist tirades and endeavors publicly in parades, and no one said anything. This is allowed in Indiana for a long time, until recently, I guess. Maybe now they don't have that as much anymore. But they still congregate, just not in the public, right? But when we look at events like this, we want to say, oh my God, America's so racist. No, we have some bad actors. Some people are stupid enough to not go at least covert with their racism, right? That like the owner of that one basketball team who had actually black basketball players on his team, and he was the owner. He got caught on a hot wire saying to his woman, like he's a rich billionaire guy, and he was dating some young woman. And he told her that he would be disgusted if she dated black men. Right? And I personally don't think he should have lost his team for that, because it's not something he did in public. He said it in private. It's wrong, but public opinion is so strong, they could force the hand of these organizations to get rid of you. Even if you're an owner, they force the sale of that business. And this is what I'm trying to say. Let people be racist overtly and let them face the consequence. I think America has a great public opinion consequence, right? The court of public opinion is really punishing and sentencing these people in a way that the rest we don't have to do. I don't have to lift a hand. You know what I'm saying? You get kicked out, you get banned. I didn't have to do anything. That's how we can stand up against racism these days.
I don't know how hospitals work in that regard. And, I'll get her packed up, be like, we appreciate your service. We appreciate you very much so. But, yeah, it just would not be working here just because of your behavior, your rhetoric, and everything else that you have done. Here are some referrals. I printed out a whole bunch of copies for you. Hopefully one of them accepts your insurance. But
they don't have to do any of that, you know, and so, you know, respect for this woman. She's a beautiful black woman. I respect that she's trying to think her way through it. A business is not entitled to do none of that, right? They're going to release her information to whoever she decides to go to, but they could choose themselves to just stop dealing with her. They don't have to go through this whole, we really appreciate you. They don't have to let her down soft. What she did was inappropriate, could honestly threaten the business of that business, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a doctor's office that people go at will. So they could have lost a lot of business because of that. And for most people, the color they really care about is green. You think they care about, a lot of people, you think they care about black and white. All the billionaires at the top, there's some racial stuff. I'm not saying there's not racist people, but there's just stupid people. Forget about just the racism. I choke up racism to incompetence. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't know how to feed themselves. I don't even want to get into that argument about how really the way people should eat is fresh fruit and fresh vegetables when we eat powdered products and dead animals and cheese, right? I don't agree with that. We drink the milk of another mammal. That's strange in our adult age, right? We're the only mammals that still drink milk in our adult age, right? So there's a lot of things that people do stupid, right? But we shouldn't have to necessarily penalize them. They're going to suffer from their own mistakes in such a way like this. Like, if you do something inappropriate, publicly, overtly, we have to do something about it. If you're a closet racist, you're allowed to. I would be friends with a closet racist. I could say hi, hello to you every day. If I don't know you're racist, I don't even give a crap. You could be racist. You could be, you know, part of the rainbow team, right? You could be anything. You know, what you do in the privacy of your home is your business. Who you smash don't make me come, and what you eat don't make me shit. So whatever you do, that's on you. Okay? But like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.